Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Eagle Eye Podcast. It is episode 47. And boy, do we have a packed show tonight. We got everything that happened in Torreon against Santos Laguna. We got everything in regards to this preview matchup against Veracruz. We're going to be talking a little bit about the Selección Mexicana. We're going to talk about the NFL in just a brief little moments. But before I get any further with this podcast, as always, my co-host and the one coughing right now, Mr. Cowboy Dan and Christian. How we doing?
Another day closer to the semester ending. You know how happy I am.
So there's that. Me too. So the only thing I don't like is I just found out on Monday that all my finals are on one day, and I'm stressed out. So, but that'll be in December though. So, all right, for right now, I'm good.
All right. And as we tweeted out, we are joined by a very special guest, someone from the community, someone from our Aguila community. We welcome to the podcast all the way from Houston, but born in Fresno. Hopefully I said that correctly. It is America. You also know her as our shirt giveaway. America, how are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good.
Nice. Glad to have you on the podcast. We know we talked about having you on. With all this hectic scheduling, we finally got you on here, so we're very excited to be able to have you on.
I'm excited to be here. Thank y'all.
So we just want to ask a question. How did you find us? We always like to ask people, how is it that you came across us?
Somebody retweeted y'all, and I have there's obviously a big Americanista community on Twitter, in Spanish and in English. And I checked y'all out, and I was like, oh, these guys seem pretty cool. So I followed y'all. And then I won the jersey.
There you go. See?
How does that jersey fit, by the way?
It fits good. It fits perfect. It's great. I mean, I'm a girl, obviously. So, it's different, when you wear, a man's fit.
Right.
Think of wearing, a chick shirt. You know what I mean? That would fit, super weird.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Yeah, it's, a looser fit, which is, perfect for me because I don't like men's jerseys that are, super just tight.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I.e. every Pumas jersey out there. Just saying.
You've worn a Pumas jersey before?
No, but I mean you could tell when they're freaking vacuum sealed.
Oh, that's true.
It's ridiculous. I don't know how they fit in there. But glad to have you on the podcast, America. Again, some people will know you from Twitter, some people will know you from our giveaway. All in all, great to have you on and great to be able to talk to someone from the community as well. So we all ready to jump on and talk about America?
Yes.
Definitely.
All right. Yes. Well, let's recap what happened last Sunday in Torreon. America walks away with a point in the Estadio Corona against Santos Laguna. A 1-1 result in the end. Shout out to our guest from last week's episode, Mr. Thick Rick. Ricky predicted the scoreline, and his team walked away with a very good result in there, and a not so good result for us, I ask?
No.
Okay.
The tie is a loss.
Interesting. It is because at this point we feel that we need the momentum more than the points have. Maybe the momentum is what's important. So we'll talk about how our Águilas looked right now. But ultimately, just final whistle goes. Everyone here, just tell me, how did you guys feel afterwards? I'll throw it to you first, Dylan, and we'll work our way down.
After the final whistle, I wouldn't say disappointed, not surprised. I think, we'll get into it, but I think, after seeing the way they came on the first half, I was like, well, how long is this gonna last? And I looked at the clock, and I was like, yep, it's about that time. It's just not going our way.
Definitely was not. Christian, how did you feel?
I expected more from us.
So a bit disappointed?
A little bit, yes.
Okay. America, final whistle blows. How are you feeling about our team?
In general, after that game, I think that we're just kind of waiting for the same thing that we've been seeing happen the last few tournaments. We get to the playoff and play a few games, and then we're out, I think this America is really disappointing. I am not impressed whatsoever. That's about it.
Okay. We'll try to unpack all of that right now moving forward, because I think you speak for a lot of people out there right now who are feeling exactly the same way you feel and are starting to ask questions about this team and whether or not this team is going to go further into the Liga than what was last season. So let's go and let's dive into this game. 1-1. I think first of all, when we saw the confirmed lineup, I think we were all scratching our heads.
Dude, we were all surprised.
Oh, definitely.
Dude, no one saw this curveball coming.
I mean, the World Series was over a month ago, and Piojo threw the biggest curveball ever. Knowingly, I mean, I have no words exactly how to describe it, but you saw a back five, and I thought maybe this is a typo. Maybe somehow they're gonna situate themselves to a flat four and like a 4-4-2. But no, we came out and we played that back five for the full 90 minutes. So, Dylan, you have the lineup, correct?
Yes. Yeah, I have it.
So read it out to the people, and the lineup is, correct me if I'm wrong, 5-2-1-2 or 2-2-1. I'm not sure, but you just read it off, and then we'll go ahead and then discuss that.
Yeah, it was Marche in goal, Aguilar, Verdes, Reyes, Alvarez, Lopez, Corona, Guido, Ibargüen, Henny Martin, and Oribe Peralta.
Okay, a lot to unpack right there. First of all, Tony Lopez at left wing back, might I add, and Luis Reyes at left center back. How are we feeling about that? I mean, Christian, you're someone who's been heavily criticized of Reyes this past season. How do you feel knowing that he's playing in that spot?
Not confident at all. Well, one, he hasn't really played much all season, and then two, you put him in a position where he's not really, familiar with, especially against a Santos side that we know is very, very strong. So when I saw that, I was like, "Oh, yikes! That's like a red flag for me."
All right. Interesting enough, though, I will say this. I think he had one of the best games in an America jersey. We'll discuss that right now, too. And Dylan, your boy, Tony Lopez, in that left wing back spot, a position that is no stranger to him. I think we've seen him play there once in a friendly against Chivas here in Los Angeles. How did you see him?
He did some good things. Obviously, I think, if I'm not mistaken, his first start this season. I think he did some good things. Obviously, there's a lot of things he needs to work on. I think whenever he came back defensively, that area is really not his expertise. But going forward on the left-hand side, he did wonders to me.
He looked amazing, didn't he, going forward? Because we will talk about his defense and how not good he looked in the second half. But America, anything you want to point out from this formation that just kind of stood out from you and you just scratched your head?
If I'm not mistaken, which I very well could be, so definitely correct me if I am, didn't Yoko love playing 5 from like the first time that he was with America?
He loved that 5-3-2.
This is not like anything like, oh my God, this is normal for Herrera. So
we discussed this on the podcast. He's transitioned from that 5-3-2 after the World Cup with Mexico and kind of went with a back four, kind of adjusted himself kind of to this 4-4-2 or this 4-4-1-1. And we said that his back five is usually kind of like, I'm going to be very defensive. I'm going to try to get a point. I'm not really going to try to go forward. It's kind of his safety formation in the sense that he uses it and we kind of know already what to expect from him. Whilst he had an amazing first years with us with that formation, I think the players we have now, I don't think that actually suits us very well. Especially seeing as how we had to use a left back in a center back position. But Dylan, do you remember when we talked about the 5-3-2 and when he used it last season? Now we said it looked like it was more of a last minute resort to kind of get just a result. Did you think that this was kind of a similar situation?
Not necessarily in a way. I feel like he's still trying to go out and get that win. I think the last time we saw this too was that Pumas game, if I'm not mistaken. We kind of see something similar to that. And, we kind of question the same thing. Is he going for a draw? Is he going for the win? And you kind of see almost like a conservative play at times. It wasn't really the prettiest of play the whole match. But at the end of the day, you kind of see this team fight back in some sense after they go down a goal, but it just wasn't. I feel like this formation wasn't playing to everybody's strengths.
It wasn't, and I guess that goes back to the fact that we don't have the players right now for that formation, or at least the players that we had available were not the most suitable ones for that formation.
Exactly.
Anything you want to add on, Christian?
No, I just want to say how we were very confused, I guess, that we were playing this back five, but surprisingly, we played very well the first half with this formation, which surprised me a little bit.
Yes, and let's dive right back into this. And I see some of the chats going on. Make sure you guys keep on giving us your opinions. We'll get to them as soon as possible. It's interesting enough that we start this first half very, very good. The same way me and Christian have always kind of wanted America to begin with, pressing, making sure that the team, the opposite team, doesn't get comfortable. And we did that for the first 15 minutes of the match, and we looked the most dominant team.
20 minutes, definitely, yeah.
Yeah, we looked like we had every right to go and score a goal, where we had Santos kind of on the edge. Unfortunately, we didn't make much of that. And then, of course, as always, America finds a way to let off the gas pedal and then letting Santos back in and doing their game. So maybe you want to talk a little bit more about this, Christian?
Oh, yeah. So, like you said, after the first 20 minutes, we see Santos, slowly start to create more chances. And, I just thought it was that point of the game where Herrera was like, okay, let's let off the gap pass a little bit and then we'll go back. But we never really went back to how we started. And at times it was a little bit concerning and we needed Machi to come up big for us.
It was. And whilst our good friend Ricky saying that our defense looked very solid on Sunday, I think there was a little bit of nitty-picky here and there that we could have said, could have been better. America, you see the first half and you see the way this team kind of just takes off. You liking it? What do you think? What do you think we did right?
I think that the only thing that we did right was that we were able to kind of hold it down. But like I said, as a whole, I feel like this America, this squad, this whole entire team, I really feel like it's just really disappointing because I know that I was looking forward to Herrera coming back, which is something that now I'm just like, okay, well, when's he gonna leave? Because I don't like how we're playing. We might be. Are we second on the table? Is that correct? Are we still second? Okay, so you know what I mean. That's not bad. But then once again, we have to remember, we're not just any team. I always like to say, we're not Querétaro. We're not Puebla.
We're not.
You're America, okay? So I want the best of the best, and anything other than that is a disappointment. And that's something that I don't think that other people understand, because they'll just look at the result and they'll be like, okay, well, that's not bad. But I'm like, but you're not measuring it on the same parameter. You're looking at the fact that, they're second and that's about it. But to me, I've always expected more. I always want, kind of reminds me of Piojos America. I'm sorry, Turcos America. I did not like it. And then when he left, I was like, I had it all and I didn't even realize it. I had happiness right in my hands and I didn't notice it till it was gone. So I think that's just really disappointing as a whole. I'm really disappointed in Piojo's whole second term here. Not happy with it, and definitely not happy with the players at all. Can we just put Bruno as a forward or something? Because it's an awful defender.
And these gentlemen have suggested it more than once on this podcast, and it's true though. It's true what you say in regards to the team, and a lot of people kind of, whenever you talk to them in that sense, they feel that there's a bit of arrogance in regards to that. But it's kind of the truth. We're the biggest team in Mexico, hence why there's so much criticism. Why there's such a fine kind of a fine comb when you kind of look over this team. Everything's gonna get criticized, not just from their own fans, but from the media, from other teams, from other fan bases. It's ridiculous, and but that's just the weight that you carry when you want to be the best. And this institution knows it, and some of these players know it as well. Piojo knows it as well, which I would imagine that he would be in fear of his own job if come December there is no title lifted. But overall,
I said it before.
Yeah.
in a press conference, he said that he very well knows that. I think it was after a loss or a draw, or it was after one game that we played very bad, and he said that I am aware that if I do not bring home a title this December, my job could be at risk.
Definitely.
So he's definitely aware.
Can I add something to that, by the way? I don't think that he thinks that his job is at risk just because of Santiago Baños. I just don't see them like separating. I think as long as Santiago Baños is there, like he is there, and I think that we've just reached this like level of complacency, which is beyond disgusting to me.
Which is dangerous, because if that's the case, then you're gonna see a repeat of what happened in 2008 with this team, and that is
dark times. Let's not remember those times.
Definitely, but we could be down that road if you're right. If there's this sense of complacency in the side, which I would hope not. Also, quick fun fact: did you guys know that Santiago Baños played in Monterrey?
No.
Right? Tell me about.
Well, yeah, I mean, we were having a discussion, Dylan. I was reminiscing about our past, but point is, you're right, America. There is this sense of complacency a little bit in regards to the team. But I think to sum it all up, our good friend Chicken Biscuit says the expectation for America should always be ganar, golear, and gustar. And I think that sets it on a dime perfectly. So we'll leave that at that. But America, you bring up a very, very good point, is that the teams, the players itself, which reminds me, some of the players that we expected to be in this lineup weren't even available for us. Emmanuel Aguilera and Mateus Uribe did not make the flight to Torreon, or the trip, might as well be said, because of an injury. Now, do we know specifics, or did the club just say injury?
I think just injury.
Yeah, that's all it says, injury.
He should be back for Veracruz.
Yeah.
They should be. Now, I know how much you love your conspiracy theories here, Dylan. How is it that these two get injured out of nowhere, but without any real explanation?
Who knows, man? Like you said, it's a conspiracy, and you just don't know. I'm not mistaken too. I think I saw somewhere that they wanted to just rest him too.
Okay, I'm fine with that. We always talked about how Mateus needed to be, sit out a game because of his poor form.
But was it the right game to do it?
Yes.
Yes, I mean, because that's what we call him for. Like I've said in previous episodes, Mateus basically stayed in Russia. He never came back to Mexico. He had that one good game whenever he came back to the team, and then where's he been since?
Probably still trying to figure out how the Russian dolls fit in all inside each other.
That's true.
It's ridiculous that you guys would say that this was the right game, though. I mean, it was Santos second place. Practically first place was on the line as well. I mean, it's just ridiculous. Although because of the miss from Aguilera, we did see Edson Alvarez come back into the side, and we saw Joe Corona play. And Chris 45 said Corona over Uribe right now, which I would think that's a bit of a hot take, because I don't know if I really liked Corona in this game.
Yeah, I did not like Corona at all in this game. I don't know. He just seemed a little bit lost to me.
Maybe it's the lack of game rhythm that he has.
Definitely.
Yeah. I think. Okay, I'll admit it. I think he had a decent game.
All right.
I'll put it there. And I mean, yeah, like I said, y'all might not agree with me, but I'm gonna say I think Corona had a decent game.
Okay, probably. I'm just saying, he was on free kick duty. The only one that he actually got right was the corner kick, which I guess probably was the only one that he needed to get right, seeing as that's the one we scored on. And it's just that he drifted a little bit too wide for me sometimes, and I hate wide.
Oh, dude, yeah. I don't know. Some of those kicks were a little bit off.
But ultimately, though, 45 minutes of pretty decent football by us to keep things level, 0-0. But we had maybe a decent opportunity here and there. Not a real clear one, though. I think Santos had the better chances in the first half.
Definitely. Especially that Furch miss.
Yes.
The header. Dude, dude, I don't know. He's going to be kicking himself for that one.
Well, I don't know how much he is if he scored, a little bit afterwards.
That could have been the game winner.
Easily could have. But America, I would imagine we all can agree, let Santos back into this game.
Definitely, which is I hate when they do that. But
And
they deliver season.
I said it on Twitter. It's kind of the same story being repeated again and again and again. It's like we have ourselves on repeat. You start this game good, you go and you take it to them, but then you start messing up the little things. There was a lot of forced passes down the middle. There wasn't that much creativity going forward. The easy passes we were giving up, and we looked very, very out of place. There was moments in which Luis Reyes had to play right back because Paolo Aguilar was I don't know where trying to support the attack. Bruno Valdez again, he was trying to do his best going forward. We kind of looked all over the place at times, and that is when kind of we lose our cohesiveness, and from then on, we just kind of let Santos have the ball, let Santos do its things, and because of that, we let them back into the game. We let them get into this rhythm, and you have to know that at this point, at this stage of the season, it's a very deadly thing to do. You can't allow a team to get even 30 seconds on the ball and get confidence, because that is when they're going to start outplaying you, because you're starting to lose that confidence because you no longer have the ball. So
no, definitely.
That ends, and then typical second half from America, not good enough.
We weren't even they didn't even come out of the locker room second half, because that was terrible. We had like literally no ball possession. That Santos just dominated that second half.
Yeah, they did. America. And what did you see from the second half?
Again, disappointing. I mean, I don't think there's much else to say. Like Christian said, did we even come out? Again, I think that the team has just reached this level of like complacency. I think a lot of players aren't aware of what these stakes are at this point, which is concerning to me because Liguilla is literally right around the corner. Like, it's November, guys. Come on. Like, you guys know that we're literally like a few weeks away from Christmas, and like the tournament's going to end any minute now. So definitely concerning to see that. I want to add something about Mateos. I personally feel that Mateos is like going through a lot. One, because him and his wife are like separated right now. So I think that's like something that's like affecting him.
Oh no, he's going through the Hobie Bermudez phase. Okay, keep going.
Yeah. Yeah. His wife is actually like in Colombia, and she's been there for like a long time now. Like, she's been there for months now. So it's obviously that they're either like getting a divorce or they're just like taking time off. And I think that the whole Russia thing like really affected him. So I think that both of these things just got to him in a moment when it was crucial. Obviously he was just kind of like relying on his performance in Russia to leave to a European club, which I was like, God, please don't leave. And I'm just like, God, what did I just do? Like, I just jinxed us.
Ah, man. Look, at the end of the day, we should all accept the fact that these are players, and they're human, so they're subjective to these things. These.
Don't put on awful though. He needs to go.
And we'll see about that, but that it could be one of the reasons as to why his performance has been going down low. And the reason why I say he's going through the Hobie Bermudez phase, if you guys will remember when Christian Bermudez was playing with us, he started to pick up form, and then out of nowhere started to drop. And
my man was scoring bangers from 30 yards out, dude.
He was. And then what happened? It got leaked out that him and his wife were going through a divorce.
Dude,
and that I think she was taking almost everything from him. It was really messy. It was really, really bad. So this is something similar in that context. Hopefully Hobie Bermudez is living his best life right now. I don't know where he's playing, but I'm pretty sure he's still playing.
I saw him last year, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I saw him. My dad is from Tapachula, Chiapas, so the other border. And we were at a hotel because it's so hot there. Oh my God, it's like 100 degrees and humid. So the weather's pitiful there. It's very hot. And we stayed at a hotel, and he was actually staying there too. My dad's like, look, it's Hobie. And I was like, oh my goodness, he's so short. Because I'm like 5'4", and he's like 5'4".
Well, yeah, that's why his name is literally
He's
that short.
expect him to be that short, okay? I mean, it's just different whenever you read it online to whenever you see it.
That is kind of a shocker. But wow, it sucks if Mateos is what he's going through. But hopefully he can pick up this form, and we'll have to wait and see whether or not he leaves, and if he does, who could come in. But that's gonna be a great talk for us during this winter once the draft comes. But second half, let's wrap up the discussion here. Again, Santos probably deserved the win, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
They played the better side. I mean, let's talk about our forwards because I don't think they knew they were playing.
Have they ever played all season?
Henry Martin didn't do enough. Again, he had a decent first half, and then again second half. I don't know, where'd he go, Dylan? Where does he go every second half? I feel like he's there for the first 45 minutes, and once that half is over, I have no idea where he goes. I really don't know. Did he go to the restroom, get tacos? Where is he at?
I don't know. I just can't. I can't see nothing about Henry right now. I'm sorry, I can't.
Why not? That's your boy. Say something.
I can't defend him right now because he didn't do nothing.
And it's
I just can't defend him.
Dude.
And then you bring on Roger thinking that's going to be a solution, but I think that was even worse. Although funny, someone said that he looks like 50 Cent, and I just started laughing.
Dude, unpopular opinion, but we'll get to this when we preview Veracruz. I kind of want to see Roger and Henry start next game.
A lot of people, myself included, have said that partnership may be what we need. Whether or not we'll get it, that's a whole different story. Whether or not it's actually going to work, we'll have to wait and see. But we'll discuss that when we talk about Veracruz. I mean, after that, Oribe Peralta, just kind of just meh.
Yeah, meh. But he's been meh all season, so.
And then
exactly.
Nothing new there.
5 seasons.
Yeah.
Seasons, yes.
Seasons,
thank you.
And then our best. Go ahead.
Let's not forget, it's just. I was actually even shocked that he even went to Russia, to be honest with you.
I think it was more of a courtesy than actual deserving.
Yeah, true. Mm-hmm.
For real.
I mean, I guess if you go to Mexico and then you see like all these advertisements, then you're like, oh, it makes sense now,
Exactly. And you can't lose money. That's, at the end of the day, that's what this sport is run by. Where was I going with this in regards to Oribe Peralta? Our best player was on the bench. Renato Ibarra, probably our best, most creative player too. Left out due to tactical reasons. Which in the first 15 minutes, I was like, okay, maybe they know something I don't know. But after we lost any of our spark, I was like, why do we have this man sitting? And Dylan, what minute did he come on?
The 86th.
The 86th minute, you're gonna give your best player 4 minutes to try to adapt to the game, try to create.
No, well, not just that, but you want to give Cecilio the sub in first over Renato? Yeah, I'm sorry, exactly, but dude, that's just. I'm sorry.
And Cecilio Dominguez came in and did exactly what everyone thought he was gonna do. He came in, touched the ball 2-3 times, and then fell. I mean, prime Cecilio Dominguez right there. I mean, that was frustrating. And someone who I think probably should have not played the whole 90 minutes was Tony Lopez. Wait, did he play the 90 minutes?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't think Tony should have finished playing the 90 minutes. It looked very, very, very bad in the
second half. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But that is also kind of credited to Santos because they realized how poor he could be defensively. So they bombarded him with wingers, with fullbacks. And because of that, Tony Lopez had a very, very tough situation going on. But I mean, going forward, I'd rather see him than Cecilio Dominguez.
Yes, definitely. Mm-hmm. Especially that's not in a defensive spot, more like in a attacking mid spot. I think that's where he shines best, and maybe he should be given a shot next game.
I love the fact that this kid is what, 20, 19? How old is he? while Dylan finds his age out, I love the fact that this kid can come
He's 21.
out. He's 21 years old. I love the fact that this kid can come out and just have just all this confidence, can come out and try to juke on players, doesn't even care what might be the consequence, but he has kind of this, gutsy move to go at it. And
I feel like because he's young, so he kind of needs to do that, in order to like stand out.
I like it. And
but maybe that's what we need, Maybe that's why we like Linus so much, because he does all of this. Exactly. And he's very good at it.
Exactly. So it would be nice to have Diego Linus back, though. But
dude.
We'll talk about that some other time. But overall, I think we sum up this game disappointing, but a pretty good game. And Santos have a pretty bad and poor one in regards to us. Defensively, we look shaky. I really don't know what to expect from Veracruz now. I really don't. We'll jump onto that topic right now. But overall, I think we can all agree, disappointing, and just kind of try to find a way to pick ourselves up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just put this one a little bit behind us, I guess, in a sense.
Interesting. Well, we still have second spot. It's not secured, of course, but
not secured. But we'll talk about how low we can drop in a few minutes,
because it's gonna be interesting to see. We need at least top 3. That's all I'm gonna say. We need at least top 3.
Yes.
Cruz Azul can have first place.
That's fine. I'm 100% okay with Cruz Azul having first place.
So we'll see whether or not the curse continues in Liga MX. But just anything else any of you want to add?
I'm good.
Yeah, I want to add something.
Go.
So as y'all know, or you and Christian know, America doesn't, but my dad is a Santos fan. So obviously, the one game out of the year, he just has to text me and talk mess. And y'all not gonna be happy with this. Y'all not gonna be happy with this. But I legit texted him after the first half, and I said I wouldn't be surprised if Santos scored first.
But you're not wrong.
And look what happened. And then I was like, it's gonna end in a draw. Watch, and it drew.
Funny enough, I was talking to the people on from L3 podcast on Twitter, basically saying at this point it's el que mete gol gana. And luckily for me, it wasn't the case, because that would have mean America lost. But yeah,
that was a good goal, though. Can we talk about that goal? That was a pretty good goal by Bruno Valdez.
It was typical Bruno goal.
Yeah, but he's always there. Wrong, right place, right time.
I'm just saying. I've told you guys for quite some time now. He is like the reincarnated Pablo Aguilar in regards to set pieces.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
America, anything you want to add on before we move on?
Nothing at all.
Nothing at all. Alrighty, I guess pretty complacent about this result. I mean, what more can we say? America draws, and with a bitter taste, we go back to the FA, trying to secure that second spot. So before we move on into the next segment, which is going to be the Veracruz preview, as always, for those of you who have joined us live on the podcast, we have your guys' trivia question ready to go. I know some of you guys were just saying, I'm here just for the trivia, and we're going to give it to you right now. So, Christian, I give you this segment so you can tell everyone what's today's question of the day.
Okay, well, today's question of the day was actually not designed by me, by one of these guys. If you want, you can take credit, whoever came up with the question. But the question for today is, what is the nickname of the Estadio Azteca?
So that is the question of the day. What is the nickname of the Estadio Azteca? So many of you guys may know it by a very particular name. I think just to kind of give you guys a freebie, it is the Theater of Dreams. That is the nickname. Actually, Christian, how's the scoreboard looking like? Because it was very tight at the top last time we talked.
It's still pretty much tight. I think it's like three people with second place, and then there's one person in first place. But he's only leading by 10 points though. So
very, very interesting. Dylan, we thought that last week that we could find our way back into the race, but seeing as how they have over 200 points and we barely have 3, I think we can pretty much chuck it up to that. Maybe better luck next time.
Yeah, better luck next time. I'm still sitting at 0.
Oh, yeah, it's pretty tough.
At least you got rid of your negative, Dylan. So you're good.
Yeah, I was in the negative. So
Someone put on the chat, not an NFL stadium is the name.
Not NFL stadium. Well, we can talk about that right now if you want. Listen,
Yeah,
I am very happy that they're not coming. So let's just leave it at that.
The reason why I this should be, huh? Oh, you agree with Christian?
Yeah, absolutely.
I didn't want to come in the first place, to be honest.
The only reason I wanted to come was because the money that they bring is ridiculous.
Just going to ask, have y'all been to the stadium before?
No.
The only one that's been, I think, is me.
Got it. Okay, so I've been going since I was a kid. I think the first time my dad ever took me, I was like 2 years old, and it was a Cruz Azul game. So when I would think, I would be like, why do I remember seeing like a blue team? Like, why? And then I grew up and I was like, oh, that's why, because they used to play there. So it wasn't like an off memory, you know? And then I started going like as my dad took me in 2005, and then I went in 2007. Then I stopped going for a while, and then I started going again as an adult once I turned 18. And when you go to that stadium and you see what they've done to it, it's really disappointing because that stadium was gorgeous. It was beautiful. It didn't need anything really done to it other than work on the outside of the infrastructure. So when you go and you see what they've done to it, it's just like, wow. Like,
it's still a pretty breathtaking stadium.
No. I'm really disappointed with everything that they did to it. I remember when they were actually like remodeling it.
Yeah.
Ugly. I just looked at it and I just think like, wow, like that's so bad.
You're the same way like my dad. You talk the same way like my dad. Oh, like every time we're watching the game together, he just looks and he's like, why did they do that? Why did it, like every single game he always points it out. Why did they do that? Why did they change this? What happened to the grass? Like,
well,
I don't know.
Actually, we're gonna talk about the grass right now in a little bit too.
Yeah, it's the grass.
Now here's the reason why the remodeling happens for the Estadio Azteca. The reason as to why was so it could, quote unquote, be more modernized, because the Estadio Azteca was always like, oh, it's been so old, it's this and that. But granted, it was beautiful, and the fact that it fit over 100,000 people, I mean, what more can you say about that? Obviously, the remodeling cuts it down quite significantly, almost 20% in that sense. But it was to add these more commercialized stuff, restaurants, bars, more places where people can go spend more money. And that is why you see this Estadio Azteca remodeled. Granted, yes, you, America, you saw this Azteca in its prime. You saw it, you know, gloriously.
With the cages, everything. I remember that.
And that was that was the sport. That was the passion at that time. And of course, you trickle it down to the years now, and it's more commercialized. It's more, where can we make more money? You know, I think the remodeling comes after Chivas' announcement of the stadium that they're building there, newer, more modern, more all that stuff, and that is what happens. That is what, you know, gets this kind of Azteca movement going. All right, we're gonna remodel. We're gonna put this so people can still think that the Estadio Azteca has a little bit more life to it.
Mm-hmm.
And you get this end product. It's still, I would still say, the best stadium in North America. There is no stadium like that in the United States. You never find one, nor in Canada, nowhere near Central America. So the Azteca is always and will be the most beautiful stadium.
Yes.
And you've been lucky enough to go there to see matches. I've only been there once, and I've taken a whole tour of it. So I've been at the bottom, literally pitch side, where the goalpost is at, and I've seen everything. And it's just an array of just immense seats, and you can only imagine what it looks like packed. And you know,
I went in the 2005 final with my dad.
Oh my god!
Oh, dude, what a final that was!
That's when I was like, wow, like. Obviously my name's America, so it's not like I had much of a choice. But, growing up, I was kind of like a tomboy. My dad used to always watch football, and I was just like, oh my goodness, like he's doing this again. Wow, I can't watch cartoons anymore. So I guess at one point I was just like, you know what? If I can't beat him, I'm just gonna have to join him. So we're just gonna have to find common ground here. And I think the first tournament that I ever watched was the Pumas Bicampeonato when they beat Chivas in the final.
Okay.
And in 2004, I believe.
Yeah.
And then I just kept watching pretty much just religiously from there. And that game, when I think back to it, like I can still like feel like the energy and just like I remember just crying because I couldn't believe that many people were there, and it was just like a sea of yellow. It was just the most amazing, incredible thing. And this is, like I said, this was back when the cages were there. This is back when, you know, like people would hop on these things. You know what I mean? Like there were people who were sitting on these gates, you know, and I was just like, why is this here? Like, I feel like I'm in a jail, you know, but of course, it does look a lot prettier now with them taking that off. But I really think that Azteca was just something that was not broken and did not need any fixing or modernizing. I think that the magic of the stadium, the history of the stadium just speaks for itself. It's just magical. Like from the moment that you step in, it's just like, wow.
And I love the fact that you say the history of it, because our good friends from La Resaca Americanista say, you know, he says, I dare to say that the Azteca is the stadium with the most history in the world. Now, that is big.
Oh, absolutely.
And I will agree with him, because that stadium has hosted 2 World Cup finals and has seen the likes of Pelé, Maradona, Cuauhtémoc Blanco, because I like to put him up on there.
My man, Cuauhtémoc Blanco.
And it's seen countless of great
finals. When you say that,
oh yeah, hell's yeah. And it's always going to be a venue in which it's going to have so much history. And aside from just soccer too, the boxing match that was there that sold out. Michael Jackson Stadium. I mean, concert, ridiculous. How sold out that place was. The Pope. I mean, there's a reason why the NFL chose the Azteca.
Absolutely. Unfortunately.
And now they won't be here. But the only reason I like them is coming to the Azteca was because it brings more of a little bit of attention to Liga MX, and it kind of brings in some really good money for Mexico. So, but unfortunately, because of the grass, we've seen the pictures. We've all seen the pictures. We've seen the game. It's ridiculous. And we talked about it, 2-3 weeks ago. I told you guys that the people are gonna come down. They're gonna look at it. They're gonna think, "Huh, you think we're gonna play in this?" And they're gonna skedaddle. And it's exactly what they did.
They're gonna skedaddle.
and they went like freaking Correcaminos. They just went straight back to the U.S. Took their money too. But yeah, I was reading on Twitter. The reason as to why the pitch is as bad as it is, the way that they were planting the grass, they did it incorrectly, that to the point where the artificial grass and the actual grass were attacking each other, which is why there wasn't growth. In a sense, they were eating each other.
That's weird.
So obviously, we're not experts in the gardening department, because if not, this would be the gardening podcast. And but it's kind of common sense, you know. When you plant something, this is a living entity, so it needs to have kind of this cohesiveness. And since the Azteca didn't do it correctly, hence why we have such bad pitch conditions. What's the answer going to be? Who knows? Because there's no way you can fix it at this point, because you have Liga MX still, and I'm pretty sure other minimal concerts that for some reason get booked there. And then, I mean, the only way I see it is maybe during that Christmas period. But even then, I mean, I don't know how much you can do before January hits.
Very little time.
It's not good.
It's very, very bad.
I was actually there when they were like planting it. Like it was just basically like dirt.
Yeah.
We took my nephew to Mexico this summer, and he wanted to go to the stadium, and he was disappointed because he was like, wow, like I was expecting there to be grass. And I was like, I know, you know, like they're fixing it. It's supposed to be a lot better. We'll come back whenever it's done. And I'm just like, let's not go back there.
Yeah, let's wait till you know, I feel like right now the Azteca is going through puberty, and like it's getting like pimples, and it's just like, it's not cute. It needs some proactive. Just wash it down, clean your face, and we'll see what happens next year.
The booking of the events has always been something that's occurred, though. From what I have read, in various outlets is that they supposedly put like a better turf because there were going to be so many teams that were supposed to play on there. Cruz Azul, America, and Liga Femenil. Mm-hmm. On top of, everything that it's booked for. I mean, if you guys remember correctly, AMLO Fest was held there. Telehit has always hosted their event there. They all sold things there, so it's not something that's not normal. I mean, there's a guy who does like the news here in Houston. He always says that Estadio Azteca is their salón de fiestas, which I completely agree with. It's always their ballroom. It's their it's always rented out. It's never not busy. So for it to be in this state is really disappointing because I've never seen it this bad.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. We'll see. They're gonna have to do something, or else at this point you might as well throw away the whole stadium. It's
I don't know about throwing away the whole stadium, but
but we'll see what happens. I
wouldn't be opposed to throwing the stadium away, to be honest with you. Like, after what they've done to it, I just don't feel it the way that it was before. But then again, we go back to like the history of the stadium. I'm just like, right. We're just gonna have to tough this one out.
Yeah, we really, really, really are.
And one thing I want to pull on that before we end this topic, I always hear a lot of people saying how the Azteca has lost its prestige and how America should go out and build their own stadium. No, that'll never happen ever. So whoever thinks that America should go get their own stadium, get that thought out of your mind, because it will never happen.
We already have it. It's the Azteca. The Azteca's our face is literally on the seats. You can tell me that's not our home?
That's what I'm saying.
Who
Exactly.
was saying this, by the way? I've never heard of this because
there's not like right now or like anything, but like ever since like the attendance has been low. Whenever all that started, people were always like, well, it's not the same anymore. Let's just go out and build our own. And then I don't know.
You can never.
Where are we going to
go? Why they would get
hours since it was constructed?
So yeah,
it's not like Mexico City has a lot of space.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty, well, let's move away from the Azteca topic, which was a very, very fun discussion. And it looks like everyone in the group chat was having a lot of fun with it as well. Seeing how some very controversial stuff going on. So let's move on into the topic of America versus Veracruz. We are closing off the regular season. It's coming down to the end, to the nitty-gritty part of everything. Second place is on the line. Christian, you are going to get us our numbers to see exactly how far we can actually drop, just in case.
Okay, so in case we lose to Veracruz, Pumas wins, Santos win, and Monterrey win by a differential, we can drop all the way down to 5th. But that is the lowest we will go, is 5th.
That is bad.
That is the lowest we can go, and the highest we can go, obviously, is 1st place. So by the end of next week, we will either be in 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5th position.
Interesting. All right, now let's move on into the actual game itself, and then once we talk predictions, we will talk exactly where we can think this America side is going to end. But let's move on into the game now. I wish we had a little bit of background music, kind of like alert, kind of like breaking news.
Mm-hmm.
Now this isn't confirmed, but our good friends down in Mexico from La Resaca Americanista,
reliable sources, by the way,
very reliable, by the way,
very reliable.
Shout out to you guys. You guys are doing amazing. You guys are literally kind of our inspiration for everything. But they have said that there's a possibility that this game may not even be played on home turf soil.
Mm-hmm.
That this might be played down in Veracruz. Now, nothing is confirmed, but how do you guys feel about this game being moved over to Veracruz, and how does that impact the team in general and overall? I mean, away we haven't looked so bad, but we know how America goes down to Veracruz and how we play. It usually isn't a fun night for us.
No, I mean it changes. Not, I wouldn't say it changes things dramatically, but it does change things, because then you have to add, a travel day, and you have to kind of accommodate for like a road game, which I know people will be like, oh, it's the same thing as a home game. No, it's not. You have to prepare a certain way for a road game. So I guess it does change a little bit, and it might be thrown off guard. So maybe your theory of us maybe not getting a result against Veracruz may come true, Ivan. So
I knew something in me was telling me this Veracruz game isn't sitting well with me.
And you said it. You may have imposed some bad juju. That's on you if we lose.
No, that was not on me. That was
so listen, guys. You heard it here first. If we lose against Veracruz, blame Ivan. Harass him on Twitter, block him on Twitter, unfollow him, do it. No, I'm just joking. Don't do that.
It'll be like fire Ivan from the pod.
Fire Ivan, Dylan. We know what to do. So yeah, no, but yeah, it does change. It does change certain things in regards to, I guess, preparation for the game.
Interesting. America, how do you feel about this?
I actually leave to Mexico on the 23rd, so the day after Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Now I was actually planning on going to that game, so I guess not anymore.
Wow. And that's interesting because if those people too who have tickets, like, what are you gonna do? You're gonna reimburse them? What's gonna happen? Of course, there's a lot going on right here. Now, it wouldn't surprise me if they do this because don't forget that America had some similar kind of switch last year when the earthquake struck down in Mexico. The Azteca had a crack. It wasn't in, playing conditions, I guess, because of safety reasons. So they had to move the game from against Toluca down to the Nemesio Diaz. So you could see something happening like that. Yes, it's a possibility.
Right.
We'll have to wait and see, though. We will.
But I mean, if the game gets switched to Veracruz, that just means that next year the game against Veracruz will be in the Azteca.
Yeah, they're gonna Mickey Mouse it. That's it.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, it's whatever.
All right. Well, Dylan, how do you feel going down there in Veracruz? I mean, me and you have talked about it. It's never a fun time for America.
Yeah, I mean, if you look back at the Clausura, I mean, it was a fun time then. Maybe we'll have another fun time then. But I don't know if you could hear the sarcasm in my voice, but I mean, just getting that draw at the last minute from Bruno Valdez, it's just not epic, something.
That was epic.
Yeah, it was epic. Don't get me wrong, it was, but that's not something that I want to see on the last day.
And fun fact, I called that goal as it was happening. I told my dad, "Yo, we're scoring right here. Don't worry." And then we scored. So
nice.
I'm the good luck.
I got you, Dad.
Actually did.
That's
So
my dad with me all the time, though.
Right.
Like, ahí va el gol.
And like it didn't happen. Where was it?
Yeah, like every possession. Oh, here's the goal. Oh no, I'm just joking. Here's the goal. Like, I mean, and one of those times can happen. Yeah, exactly.
But now that we've gotten that kind of big news alert, and again, shout out to the Resaca for giving us that information. Now, regardless of the pitch, this team has to go out and win. Correct. It's D-Day. It is the last day. You're closing your season off, and you need to end it on a high note. How in this past year, in the past 2 years, probably, how difficult has it been for America to close out a good tournament? And how crucial is it for a team to close out the tournament leading on to the Liguilla? There's so much that goes into the mental aspect of this game that really just kind of falls down on this game. You're going up against a weak Veracruz side. Let's face it.
Weak.
And no disrespect to any Veracruz fans or the club itself, but they're not having a great season. You have to go out and destroy this team if you're playing at home. And if you're away, then you still have to get a win, regardless of the fact. All right? So, gentlemen, predicted lineups. We'll talk tactics. Then we'll talk predictions, and we'll move our way on from there. So, Christian, I give it to you. What is our formation and what is our lineup for Saturday?
Okay, so our lineup, my predicted lineup would be Marchesín in net, Paul Aguilar, Bruno Valdez, Edson Alvarez, Luis Reyes, Renato Ibarra, Mateo Zuribe, Guido Rodriguez, Andres Ibargüen, and what I want to see is Henry Martin and Roger Martinez up top, but I think we're going to see Oribe and Roger Martinez up top.
Interesting, because me and you talked about it, and we said Henry starts tomorrow.
Right.
Tomorrow. Henry starts this next coming jornada.
See, I said that, but then after watching that game, not so much anymore. So
okay. Yeah. Okay. Dylan, anything you change from that lineup? You think we'll go back to that 4-4-2?
I think we are. I can't remember.
And by the way, I know people are saying that Jorge Sanchez is good for this game, but I don't think he'll risk him. So
yeah, I think
that's why I didn't include him in the lineup.
I think he brings him on second half.
Oh, definitely, yeah, because I think he'll be a starter for Liga. So,
America, anything you'd like to see different from these two picks?
No, definitely want to see Jorge Sanchez play because I mean, I think that kid's. I wasn't really expecting much from him. I don't really expect much from anything, from anybody anymore. Honestly, like it's just like a basket of like deception at this point. So I was like, yeah, like he's gonna do really good. And
yeah, it's just.
I mean, you have your vendetta with him.
I do. I don't have my vendetta with him.
You just said you do.
Yeah, I said I do, but that's because you always point it out. But I don't. Look, I want the kid to thrive. I want the kid to succeed. But look, I was this harsh and this crucial to Edson Alvarez when he played, and look how he turned out. So I'm giving him that same tough love so he can come out just like Edson Alvarez, maybe even better. But yeah, let the kid rest. It's Veracruz. We should be able to, even though I don't predict that we
Don't jinx it.
but we'll have to wait and see. So here we go. 4-4-2. So we're confident that Piojo is not going to that back five?
No.
If he does, what does that mean? That just
I don't know. He's just scared. I don't know.
losing it at this point.
Yeah,
How do you
really.
How do you play a back five against the weakest team in the league? That just doesn't make sense.
Exactly.
Well, we'll have to wait and see. All right. So with these players, with this lineup, how do you think America needs to approach this game? And again, it should be simple. It should be easy. It's against Veracruz. The tactics shouldn't be out of this world. It's not like we're playing Tigres away. It's not like we're playing against Monterrey. And against, again, no disrespect to them, Veracruz at home, still not confirmed if possibility away. But either way, you're playing against a very weak opposition. It's very simple what you need to do. So tactically speaking, what do you gentlemen prefer?
You saw the way we played against Santos in those open 15, 20 minutes. I mean, just can you keep that consistency through 90 minutes? That's the key, really. That really is the key. And I've said it before, I'll say it again. When's the last time we played a consistent game for a full 90 minutes?
And you know what? At this point, I'm not even asking for 90 minutes. I'm asking for 45. All I want is 45 consistent minutes.
Yeah, but you know, at the same time, they're gonna make it difficult. You just know they are. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, it's frustrating because it's true, because it's we haven't gone more than 25 minutes playing very good.
Right.
I mean, it's ridiculous. It really is. But Christian, is again, how do you think America approaches this game? How should they approach it?
That's a better question. I think the chat says it all. We need 3+ goals. We need to score. Listen, I don't want to go into that I forgot what tournament it was. Now I feel dumb for not knowing. But remember that Ligia where we played Cruz Azul
last year, literally a year ago.
Okay, so that was right with the 0-0-0-0, and then we advanced. That's the one that we got destroyed by Tigres.
Yeah,
we can't let that happen again. We need to score. We need to get some confidence into these strikers. They need to score, because I don't know, because if we go into Ligia without them scoring next game, it's going to be a rough one. I'm telling you guys right now. No matter who we play, it's going to be tough. And we'll talk about this maybe next podcast, but no, we'll talk about this. We can talk about this today, but there's a good chance we might get Tigres in the next round. The first round.
We're going to talk about who we're going to get.
So yeah, it's we need to score. We need to score a lot. I'm not asking for 7 goals, but 3, 4, hopefully 5, but we need to score.
Okay. All right, America, you agree with these gentlemen?
Yeah, I think it's been a long time since we've been able to go into Liguilla like completely confident. Like, yeah, like we got this. It's more like, let's hope for the best and.
Yeah, it's you're right. And that's what kind of was alluding to at the beginning of the podcast, how important it is, the mental side of this game, how important it is to go into the Liga on a good note. And 3+ goals, yeah, that would do it for you. that would definitely get you going. And oh my God, could you imagine if these 3+ goals came from your actual strikers?
That's what I'm saying.
Oh my goodness,
it needs to be.
Well,
we can't rely on Bruno Valdez to carry us to the championship. You know, that's just not gonna happen.
Does someone build that man a statue?
And if he does, dude, I will. Dude, I don't know what I would do, to be honest. But
you were about to say you were gonna name your kid Bruno. Don't lie. Don't lie. I tell you held yourself off.
Dude.
But it's true. It's true. So let me explain exactly how I think this game should go. And it's utilize this game kind of as a catapult towards the Liguilla. Get those 3+ goals, but do so playing the style you want to play in the Liguilla. So whether that means we're going to be working down the wings or we're going to be trying to exploit the middle, find a way to do that. Now, personally, I would love to see us try and explode down the middle with the likes of Mateus Uribe, with Roger Martinez and Uribe Peralta, all of them linking up and utilizing our wingers when space opens up. You know, not trying to force it down the right-hand side and then just drown Ibarra with just an abundance of balls that he's not going to get to, or when he has 3-4 players on him. Be smart about it. Piojo needs to understand how to maneuver himself and maneuver his team. And just, again, it shouldn't be so hard against Veracruz. Go, take the game to them. First whistle goes, you charge at them. Whether you take off or you don't, whether you kick off or you don't, you go and take the game to them. Exploit their weaknesses because they have plenty. Learn, teach yourselves how to do so and carry yourself on, moving forward, keep going and score 1, score 2, score 3. Hell, if you got to score 20, I don't care, but keep going. Keep going.
Don't let off the gas.
Now,
we tend to do that a lot. We gain momentum. We have a couple of chances here and there, and then we just kind of zone off in our own way.
We get
complacency, y'all.
Exactly. You feel like you got this. Oh, it's Veracruz. We got this. We're steamrolling. But look, Veracruz has some players that can do damage. They have pace from time to time here and there. We have been switched off in defense whenever we're playing such an attacking game. It sometimes doesn't surprise me that we've conceded the goals that we've conceded, looking back at them now. But you have to be switched on the full 90 minutes in every position. I'm talking from goalkeeper to center back all the way. Even if you're right bench, you need to be alert 100% throughout the whole game, because it's these little moments that when you switch off cost us very dearly. Give you a perfect example. Remember when we played Pumas and Pumas scored in like the first 12 seconds?
Mm-hmm.
It's exactly what I'm talking about. You're not switched on. You need to be right away. It's important.
They did us when we did that to them in the gear.
Exactly. You can't allow yourself. So, we say this game is easy on paper, yes, but nothing is won yet. Nothing is a given. What is it that we need to do? I mean, we beat them 3-0 in Copa MX, as Chris45 says. Shouldn't be a problem, but I know America like the back of my hand, and I know this is a perfect game for them to let me down. Like always. They always find a way. And yet I'm still here. Why?
Because you will always be here.
I will always be here. It's just that kind of relationship. I mean, let's hear your predictions. America, I'm throwing it to you first. Come not this week, because of course it is Fecha FIFA. We're talking about the Veracruz game that's gonna happen 2 weeks from now. Thought we let that out because I think maybe some people think there's gonna be Liga MX this weekend, but there isn't. I'm gonna give me your prediction for this game against Veracruz.
I'm gonna go with a tie, you guys. I hate saying that. Again, it's that level of complacency that we've reached. It's just like we're in. I mean, we're there. Why would we kill ourselves? Well, we don't have to. But again, it goes back to the whole, we are the best team, or we should be the best team in the league. Yeah. So we definitely should start acting and playing that role. I'm just going to go ahead and say that it's going to be a tie. I think.
A tie. All right. Dylan, give me your prediction.
I'm going to go 2-1 win.
2-1 win.
It's not gonna be pretty. It's not gonna be pretty either.
Wow.
All right, Christian, give me your prediction.
Listen, I think we're giving Veracruz way too much credit, guys. I don't know. Listen, guys, this scared me a little bit. I mean, I know they have the god Osmar Mares on their team, but listen, they're not they're not someone where they can. I mean, I guess I have to give credit to because they did tie with Querétaro, I think, last game, if I'm not mistaken, 2-2. But I'm going 2-0 America.
2-0 America. Now, quick shout out to Celeb Ibarra. Saludos. He comes from La Resaca Americanista. Saludos, my friend. Now here goes mine. It's very controversial. It's gonna be very, very controversial. No one's
gonna. You're going to nil.
No one's gonna like. No. Look,
I know what he's doing.
Down deep in my heart, I don't want to say this, but I feel it. I feel it. And
oh my gosh.
No, I have to say it. I'm sorry. And Veracruz takes it 1-0.
What?
I'm just kidding. America goes and wins. Estadio Azteca, and we're gonna see goals by Henry Martin and Roger Martinez, and we're gonna be singing our way into the Liguilla, and we're gonna keep going, and we're gonna keep thriving, and we're gonna reach all the way to the final until we lift that 13th trophy. So there is your predictions. America says a draw, which I can actually truly see if things don't go our way. Dylan says 2-0 win. Dylan says
no, I said 2-1.
2-1 win. Christian says 2-0. And then, of course, I'm bringing back a throwback. 4-0. America's taking it. And this is going to be my prediction. Write it down. Write it down in ink if you have to. But we're
Sharpie. Do mine in Sharpie.
No, you know what? Do it in tattoo ink.
No,
as permanent as possible. But that is the prediction. It got very quiet when I said 1-0 to Veracruz. And it was like you guys were pondering, like, oh man, what's going on?
No, I knew you were going 4-0. Just look at chat. I knew you were going 4-0. So.
Oh, okay. All right.
I know you.
Okay. Well, I guess you really do. I guess you really do. But overall, I think we're not expecting an easy game for some reason, which it should be. It should easily be an easy game. But
you would think.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. But make sure you guys do join us on Twitter that day. It should be fun to see and interact with all of you like we do right now. But with that said, I think that wraps up our preview for Veracruz.
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to the last two segments. They're gonna be quick. We're not gonna take that much time. But let's talk first before we jump into L3. Let's talk Lady Águilas. Let's talk our Lady Águilas, who are playing against Lobos.
Yes, Lobos this Saturday at 4? 2?
You had him. I believe
4,
it's 2. I think, isn't it 4?
I want to say 4.
And look, we advocate for the ladies so much, and yet we still don't know their schedule. Look at this, shaking my head.
Hey, we got the day right.
Progress, I guess. Progress.
Yeah, we got progress. Yeah, that's on me though, because 4. I was right the first time.
Nice. 4:00. The ladies close out their season as well. Oh, how exciting!
And a win. They need a win.
Oh, they needed they needed more than we do. Actually, no, I think we needed more just because
Pachuca sits with 35, so like they literally clinched their spot already. And then the ladies sit with 32 points, and then Toluca has 30. So it's really just right there with Toluca and America now, just fighting for that last spot.
Damn, so the ladies really, really, really need that win against Lobos, or against the Lobas, as we've been saying. They've been playing good. Very unlucky and very unfortunate to lose that game against Pachuca. Very last minute goal to end it for America in regards to maybe clinching first place, which isn't out of reach still if Pachuca was to lose. I don't know the goal difference though, how that would affect things. But yeah, we're here wishing our Lady Águilas best of luck. America, I don't know how closely you follow the women's side of the game.
I tried to, but it's just kind of harder. I feel like
Like I'm not used to like earlier games.
So
honestly, like it's really hard. Like whenever you're busy with like life and work and you work like 80 hours a week, it's just kind of hard. But no, I tried to, but I haven't been doing such a great job lately. Thanks.
But I would imagine you still support Our Lady Aguilas.
Absolutely. Gotta support my girl Alondra Gonzalez.
Alondra doing wonderful things.
That's my ex.
No, don't. She's gonna come out here and she's
oh, do you right?
No, Alondra, we want to apologize in advance for anything that is said on here. But no, she's doing wonderful things, and alongside with her, with all of her teammates, they look really solid. As always, as these past 2 seasons, they've looked very solid. Just hope that they can get to the promised land.
Oh, dude, definitely. I remember watching them last season against Tigres in the semifinal. Oh, it was heartbreaking, dude.
It was.
I thought they almost had it in the comeback.
Again.
Yeah, again, yes, you're right.
But hopefully we can see Our Ladies lift this trophy. Chicken Biscuit says really wish that the coverage was here in the U.S. Unfortunately, it's not. It sucks, But ladies, we are with you. We're still working on finding a way to illegally stream stuff for our coverage for you guys. We'll see how that works out if we don't get impeded by anything. But yeah, just don't forget Saturday. First thing you guys do when you wake up, make sure you hashtag Lady Aguilas, and then go about your day, wishing them a very good, successful game against Lobos.
Woo! Let's go.
Let's go, Lady Aguilas. Now let's finish off the podcast and let's recap what is going to be this weekend's action of football. It's the Mexican national team who's up against Argentina. In Argentina right now. It's actually, I don't even think the players have gotten to Argentina.
No, they're delayed, no?
They are delayed.
Yeah, they are.
Seriously delayed. Last time I saw, Ochoa was in the airport confused as to whether or not he was going to ever make it to Argentina. So that, of course, it's all due to weather conditions going on down there. I mean, Argentina is having a festival of rain in recent times. How excited are we about this game?
I'm gonna say one thing right now. I should be more excited than what I am right now, but I'm eh. Okay. I might not even watch it, to be honest with you.
Okay, America, how you feeling about this?
I think these are the games that we should be playing. We should have been playing these games 10 years ago, for Christ's sake. But it's just disappointing to me that I feel like El Tri is kind of similar to America, in a sense. We're just a big mess, like we're just a mess. We're a lovable mess, but we're a mess.
We're a lovable mess.
Yeah.
That was to describe my life. I would say Mexico's a little bit more of a mess right now, in regards to the coach. I suppose
the coach
lined up.
Yeah.
I don't know how safe that is anymore. Whether or not it's gonna be Tata, whether or not it's gonna be the ex-Real Madrid coach, I don't know what's going on.
No, Lopetegui said it's a no. He said no. He said not.
Martino has just came out saying he's like, I'm not too sure.
It's all right. Don't worry. We're probably gonna end up with El Profe Cruz, and we're all gonna be very, very upset.
It's gonna be a conjunto. It's gonna be Profe Cruz with Ruben Romano together.
Yes, of course, it has to be. It just has to be, right?
Oh man, that is not gonna be a pretty team.
Definitely not.
I want to add to that.
Yeah.
These games would be ideal if we actually had an actual coach.
Exactly.
These are the games that we should be playing like all the time.
Turcos for America.
Yeah, it's hard, but we have no real leadership right now. We don't even know what's going to happen. I've been reading about a lot of drama with Andres Guardado and a couple of other players, and like I said, we're a mess. So these games would have been ideal, like I said, 10 years ago, whenever we did have a coach. Or, I mean, Jesus, if we even had a coach now.
That would be nice, wouldn't it?
In a perfect world, yeah.
In the perfect world, a lot of things would be different. My Manchester United wouldn't be in the situation that they are right now. But now looking at the players that we have, I mean, you're right, Christian. You should be more excited. But from what they're bringing to the table, you're thinking, well, I don't even know if I should watch this.
I mean, it's kind of the same call up, with like a few exceptions of a few more European players coming for this one.
That is about it.
But overall, I mean, same thing.
Why is Javier Güemes and the Chivas players on there?
Because Tuca Ferretti, I don't know. That's the only explanation I can give.
I like the fact that people think that this is Tuca actually picking the lineup. I'm pretty sure he only has like 1 or 2 picks, and everything else is the federation.
Maybe, but I don't know. There's a lot of things I don't agree. I don't think Henry should be there too.
No, but you know who should be?
Me.
Every other European.
Oh yeah, definitely. What's his name? Briseño. He should be there, definitely.
I don't. Just bring him. Bring everyone. I mean, you're right, America. We don't even have a captain in the side. Who do you look at that and say, yes, he is our leader going forward?
Memo.
Who?
Memo. I mean,
Memo.
Let's keep in mind.
Like, don't tell me somehow Cuauhtémoc Blanco came out of retirement, going down to Argentina. Memo as our leader. Look, I love Memo. He is my idol.
He's my life.
He's not our leader. He's not. Look, and I'm a goalkeeper too, so I probably should be defending the goalkeepers. But a goalkeeper, and I've been a captain as well, so it's going to be very controversial. But a goalkeeper as a captain is very tricky, very, very tricky. Very little goalkeepers can say that they've been captains and done it in a very good fashion. The only 2 that come up to my head right now would be Buffon and Iker Casillas. Those are the only 2 that I've seen that can handle the role of a captain as a goalkeeper. And it's difficult to do so because you're on one side of the pitch only. You don't have the liberty to run up to the ref. You don't have liberty to yell at the ref because you're not too close. You don't have the liberty to kind of lead and go to certain players and say, you know what, pick your head up. You're doing fine. We'll get it this time. And it's just difficult as a goalkeeper to do so. And whilst I love Memo, he's a great goalkeeper. I will say this, the best goalkeeper in Mexican history. As a captain, I don't really see him. But you're right. He probably is the only leader we have on the roster. So
he might not be the ideal captain, but he's the only one who has the leadership type of skills. I mean, this guy's overcome a lot. Like, let's forget the fact that he's a goalie. Like, don't think about that. Think about what he went through in 2006. Think about what he went through when PSG was going to sign him. You know what I mean? Like, think about when he went to Joxio. Think about 2010. Finally got his chance in 2014. You know what I mean? Like, this guy has been through a lot. I don't think that a lot of people would be able to deal. I don't think a lot of players are mentally strong enough to go through everything Ochoa has been through in his career. And I admire him for that because I think he's just done it amazingly. Like, he's just held himself as composed as he possibly could. Because I look back at those moments, like, and I cry for him because I'm a Ochoa fan. Like, he's my husband. We're gonna have 2 kids. You know, but I mean, like, I think back to, like, you know, when I was younger and I was just like always supporting him and always watching him, and I'm like, Jesus, like, I mean, who cursed him, you know? And he's just been through a lot, and I think that's the only leadership role that we have right now. Again, aside the fact that he's goalie, and like you said, I do agree with that. Like, it is harder to go up and yell to the ref and get to the players because you're so far away.
Yeah. The only reason why I just don't think Ochoa should be captain is because of his age. Him being because we are going through this generational like change, and there's a lot of young players, and Memo won't be there past this next World Cup, but they will maybe have someone that can kind of guide them after the World Cup as well.
There's no one really.
Even though me and you said that Ochoa will be at the next World Cup, he will be our starting keeper. What if he's not our starting keeper?
I will burn.
Like, what if
Okay.
like a magical goalie spell comes upon these Mexican goalkeepers, and Memo's just not there?
That's a hot take, Christian.
You just never know, because listen, we're 4 years away from the next World Cup, and anything can happen.
You're right.
So that's why I feel like a younger player should be, but like you guys say already, there's no one there to be captain.
I'm just gonna counter that with Rafa Marquez. I mean, the guy's not young. He didn't deserve to go to the World Cup.
True,
but I thought you were saying like bring him back. Like he probably would come back.
Yeah, honestly, I don't.
I've never been a fan of him. I don't like the guy's good, but it's just I don't know. Like I feel like everybody's just like I feel like he's very overrated. That's how I've always seen him. I know a lot of people don't agree with me. I know a lot of people are like
that's a hot take.
Everything.
Yeah.
You want to talk about hot takes? That's a hot take right there.
It is a hot take. Okay, I'm a very controversial person.
Chris 45 says Oscar Jimenez to take Ochoa's place.
At this point, we just bring Conejo Perez to the World Cup, and let's just get it over with. Honestly,
he's probably still gonna be playing.
To be honest, I would not bet against that. Honestly,
but you're right. Look, that's a whole different discussion. The armband, who should take it? Someone says Dylan should take the armband, and I think we all agree with that. Dylan, you're capable of playing for the national team. We'll have to wait. We'll have to wait and see. But ultimately, I mean, we're missing a lot of key players. Chucky Lozano out due to injury. Well, yeah. I'm pretty sure he pulled a hammy. No.
Oh, did he? Oh, I thought it was just injury. Like
no. Yeah. I mean, I don't know what he pulled, but yeah, I think PSV even confirmed it.
Oh, okay. Well, injury. I'm still going quotations on that.
But I mean, we'll see. So, predictions for this upcoming Fecha FIFA in Game 1 and Game 2. Dylan.
You say predictions, right?
Yeah.
I spaced out for like 2 seconds. I'm gonna go. I say we draw one and we lose one.
Okay. Christian.
We lose both.
Lose both?
Mm-hmm.
Understandable. America?
I'm going to say that we tie the first and that we lose the second. But I can also see us losing both.
And I'm not even the biggest Mexico's national team fan, but I'm still gonna say we win one. Somehow. I don't know how, but we win one. And then
my man said 3-0, 3-0. I don't think we're gonna get blown out. I just don't think we're gonna win. It just seems very kind of hard to win.
Yep.
Even though I'm a big fan of Mexico.
No Messi for this Argentina side.
No.
Still quality.
Mm-hmm.
There's a certain player by the name of Pablo Zabala.
Who?
Maybe he should be.
No, I'm just joking. I know who he is. Before anyone freaks out, I know who he is. Relax. But yeah, there's definitely talent. There's definitely talent.
We'll have to wait and see. But, well, I would imagine that does it for us in regards to national team and for America in general. Looks like we've come to the end of this show. America, we want to thank you so much for coming on here. It's amazing to have someone from the community, from our own community too, from our little Aguilas ENG community, and of course from the bigger Liga MX community. It's great to have you on. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope we can see you again sometime soon.
I did. I loved it. This was fun, guys.
It was extremely fun. And kind of like I was telling Ricky in a sense, last podcast, it's we love to be able to bring on, people like you, people who are from the community, as much as we love, having these experts on and people who write about it, who their job is to actually talk about this. I think when me and Dylan started this, we said our ultimate goal was to try to be the voice of a community. And we try to do so and try to incorporate as many people as we can. If we can have everyone come on, we would love that. We really would, because it's a platform not for us, but for all of you who follow us, all of you who are part of this community. We just want to thank every single one of you. And if we can have you guys on, it's ideal and it's perfect, because we get to interact with you guys, because other people get to hear exactly what they've been saying and their ideals, because a lot of people will agree with you, and a lot of people actually were agreeing with you on the chat, if I'm not mistaken. They said that they agreed with what your concept was of America, and kind of the ideals and the the standards that they should be upheld to. But ultimately, we just want to say thank you, and you're a wonderful, wonderful person, America, and congratulations on the giveaway that we had that you won, and safe travels tomorrow, because you told us you were heading down to Florida, and also safe travels when you go down to Mexico. Hopefully they don't switch the game on you.
I guess I'll just have to go somewhere else. Yeah, I was now I have to pack, and I'm not excited about that because I hate packing. But I'm always excited whenever I pack to Mexico, because I'm just like, yes, I can't wait to get there and just eat.
Oh yes, my home city has the best food, I would argue.
Mexico by far. I've been to quite a few Mexican cities, and no city compares to Mexico City's food whatsoever.
DF, always in my heart. Some wonderful takes from you as well. Thank you. And again, gentlemen, anything else you want to say to our guests before we close the show?
Thanks for coming on. I think Ivan pretty much covered everything, but we really enjoyed having you on the show today.
Yeah, thank you for coming on. I think your insight was interesting, coming from a female, obviously a female America fan. It was interesting to hear that for a change. But yeah, thank you.
Yeah, let's add to that. Huh?
I feel like there aren't too many America female fans, at least not here in the U.S.
Not that I know of. So
no, I don't either. I really don't. I have one friend who was really outspoken, but she's now in grad school, and she never gets to watch games anymore. We never talk anymore about games. We talk all the time, but never about games. So
right,
I don't even know what's going on. And I'm like, I've been there, and I can definitely relate to that statement.
There's plenty, maybe not as active on Twitter, but you're right. Hopefully too we can get of these kind of this movement on the ladies side too, because we've always said we'd love to see kind of a lady Aguilas culture kind of built within itself, not just because of formed by us, but also by you, the ladies. And I'm also, to be honest, you're the first America female guest.
Yes.
So that's to brag about, I would say. So again, thank you so much, though, and thank you to every single one of you guys who have come out on the chat, have just completely bombarded us with great comments. If you guys ever miss the show, make sure you guys do follow us on SoundCloud and iTunes. America, where can we find you on Twitter? Because I know people wouldn't want to follow you.
My Twitter handle is _AmericaG.
_AmericaG. There you guys go. Make sure you guys go follow her, support her, and make sure you guys communicate with her. She's a wonderful, wonderful person. And again, so much, so thankful that we're able to have you on. Gentlemen, as always, it's a pleasure. Cowboy Dan and Christian, thank you again for coming on.
Yeehaw.
Yeehaw
from the mighty state of Texas. And
my favorite time of the day. Just want to say thank you guys for coming out. The chat was insane today. It was incredible today. So thank you guys for coming out and listening to us.
All right. Make sure you guys do follow us on Twitter and Instagram as well, under the same handle at Eagle Eye Pod. I was about to say at Eagle Eye Boys, but that is for when our mixtape drops. So that's a whole different situation. Mm-hmm. Stay tuned. It's gonna be lit. But thank you again, everyone, for coming out. Enjoy yourselves a wonderful, wonderful weekend. No Liga MX action, so that means, quote unquote, we have a little vacation. But of course, since we cover the national team too, we'll be on national team duty. But make sure you guys do follow us on Twitter. We'll have you guys covered with all that stuff. And in regards to the America news, make sure you guys do follow us as well. Thank you to La Resaca Americanista, to Chicken Biscuit, to Chris 45, to Kevin, to
Empire,
Carlos,
Emperor,
Leva, Emperor. I mean, the list goes on and on. You guys were amazing. Thank you guys. Luis, of course. So thank you so much. And we like to see you guys again next week. So we'll see you guys till then. And Enjoy you guys' weekend. Be safe, and we'll see you guys again next week. Alrighty then. Until next time, guys. Take care, and as always, arriba la América.